Yeah, hi Ravi. Good morning.
Hey, hi, Arul. Good morning. This is Ravi.
Yeah, hi Ravi. Yeah, let's wait for a few more minutes to the other
Yeah, yeah.
participants. So once they join, yeah, we will start it.
Yes, yes, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about yesterday's class, Ravi? Is it fine, or do we need to slow down the pace, or like do you have any
Yeah, it is.
feeling?
Yeah, it is fine. It is really a good session and a very interactive session as well.
Okay.
So yeah, that phase of going is good. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Ravi. Then yeah, we will continue on the same pace.
yeah,
Yeah, hi, Bhaskar.
Yeah, hi, Rahul. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bhaskar. Let's wait for a few more minutes and
I see many folks are there in the WhatsApp group. So just give a heads up. I think we'll see how many people will join.
yeah, yeah, sure. Bhaskar.
Arul, can you share this link directly on the group, WhatsApp group, so that some people will join from WhatsApp?
Yeah, yeah, sure, Bhaskar.
You know, right, present and people are available on the social sites rather than systems or some other stuff.
Yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah.
So you have to. Nowadays, the trend became like Arul. So if you ping on Instagram or WhatsApp, people are
Then
responding
only
you.
people are responding.
Or
Yeah,
any
correct.
issues, if you ping on Teams or Lotus Notes, they are not checking at all, not responding.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, hi Prashant. Morning.
Arul.
Hi Srinivas. Good morning.
Hey, hi Arul.
Hi Sudhir. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, let's wait for one more minute and then no one joins. Then we will hold the session. Okay, let's start the session. Let me share my screen. So you're all able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So whenever you have any doubts, just feel free to unmute and ask. Okay, so feel free to stop me at that point itself. Or else like after at the end of the session also, like if you are having some doubts, you can collate it and you can ask it. Anything is fine for me. Okay, so as we saw in yesterday's demo class, like this is the complete agenda. I have shared this one with the entire group. I think everyone could have got it. And I have shared the link for this document as well. So in this document, like we will have the complete agenda of what we are going to cover for the next 15 days. Okay, so today is day 1. And from here, like we will be covering each and everything in a deeper perspective for the next 15 days. Okay, so the ultimate aim of this course is to make you understand Python as well as make you understand the complete ecosystem of generative AI so that you can start building the apps confidently with GenAI. Also, like this might be useful for your future projects in your companies, organizations. Because like in future, generative AI is going to rule the industry, that is for sure. Like 10 years back, if someone is coming and they were saying like cloud is going to do everything, then everyone could have loved it, right? The same way, like now people are not uh, having much enthusiasm on generative AI, but every company have started doing some AI projects out of it. So yeah, that's why like we are having this course. So that's our ultimate aim. So by the end of this course, everyone should be having the capability to understand generative AI as well as like everyone could code in generative AI. So I will be adjusting this agenda here and there according to like if we are not covering some 1 or 2 topics of day 1, then we will be simply shifting that day 1 items to day 2 like this. So that kind of adjustment will be there. Along with that, like if some new topics are coming in and those new topics are trending in the market, so those also we will be adding. And if we are not able to complete everything by day 15 also, then we will extend these sessions. Okay, so that's all about this agenda. And today's class is all about Python fundamentals. Okay, so yeah, as like traditional introduction, I have this is like Google Colab notebook. Okay, so let me explain you what this is and then we will go inside. Okay, so in our entire class, we are not going to install Python anywhere. We are going to run Python in Google Cloud only. Okay, so this is the link to open a Google Colab. Let me share the link in the chat. Okay, so with this link, you can open Google Colab. And yeah, I don't want you to do it right now. If you are comfortable doing it right now, also fine. Otherwise, you can do it later. Not an issue. Okay, so here what we will do is we will simply instead of installing Python, you know the traditional way of installing a software, right? We go to their website, we download the package, we do next, and then with Python we will be using some code editor that is called Visual Studio Code, and on top of Visual Studio Code we will be running Python, right? So that will surely take some time to get our boots up and running. So for that purpose, what we are going to do is like we don't want to do the installation part. We don't want to do the hard pulling. Okay, because we already have a cloud and the cloud is having the runtime environment and this is free as well. So that's why we are going to use this Google Colab. Okay, so there is a structure called Python notebook, that is PYNB. Okay, that's why this is called as PYNB. Okay, so this one is like it's a shareable notebook. I can share this notebook with anyone and I can edit it in a collaborative way. Like I can share it to any one of you. Like I just need to click and share. It will give me a link. Okay, anyone with the link. And I'm just giving a viewer access only. I didn't give you an edit access just because like If you are editing, then this content will change, right? That's why. Okay, for now I am giving it, like you can, in your free time, you can edit, you can create your own notebook and do it. So this is the notebook we are playing around right now. Okay, so this notebook, or if any one of you please confirm, like if you are in front of a system, then please click on this link and confirm me, like if this is opening or not.
Yeah, it's opening.
Okay, then fine. Yeah, good. So like this with this environment only, we are going to cover our entire syllabus, including this generative AI stuff as well. Okay. So the main advantage of using Google Colab is like we don't need an installation, physical installation, and we can simply start it from day one. Like you can directly use this environment as it is. Okay. So we will give an overview of Google Colab. You can read this content. Okay. This is for an introduction to the programming. So programming is nothing but like everyone should have come up with some programming stuff, right? I'm not going to scare you guys if you don't know Python. Like Python is the easiest programming language you can start with. Okay, so the thing is like you don't need to care about declarations. You don't need to care about much about this data type issues. You can easily convert one data type to another data type. So those kind of fluctuation and freedom is there in Python when you are comparing with other programming languages. Okay, and also it is easy to learn because our syllabus itself, like we are covering everything in Python with within just 6 days. So by the end of this weekend, you will be having some basic knowledge on Python. Like you will be proficient to code also. That depends on how much effort you are putting into this class and how much effort you are continuing after class. Okay, so my expectation is please do open this notebook and go through the content. Also, you can go and execute the code. You can try playing with the code. Then only you will be proficient in this. Okay, so my basic understanding is like whenever you are learning a programming language, it's like a kind of another language. Suppose if I want to speak Hindi or Telugu or Malayalam, whatever it is. Okay, so by that time, what I need to do, I need to regularly practice with the native speakers, right? So the same way, we need to put a lot of efforts for practicing this program so that we will be proficient on what we are learning. And one more thing is like when you are learning something like a programming language, then you need to be always get in touch with that. At least go to the code editor or go to something and try some programming statements. What even if it is a plus b is also so is equal to a plus b or a plus b equals well. Just try out a program in a regular basis. I don't want you to do it on a daily basis because that's very difficult, but at least touch up that one on a regular basis. If you put a long gap in between touching the program, then surely your brain will forget. That is for sure. So this programming is nothing. It's like a kind of a process to give instructions for a computer. So computer is a dumb machine, right? So it don't know anything. It cannot think of its own, right? So if we want to achieve something in a desirable way, we use programming. So for that purpose only we have the programs. And to speak with the computer, we need a language, right? So that languages are our programming languages. So those might be C, those might be C++, Java, Python, Node.js, JavaScript. So whatever you name it, Rust. So all these programming languages, whatever is there in the market, are mainly to communicate with the machine and mainly to make the machine understand what we are trying to say, right? So for that particular purpose, we have this programming. And why we are learning Python is like Python is having lot of flexibility in the AI space. I'm not saying that other languages don't have the flexibility. Other languages are also having the flexibility, but the simplestness of doing some AI stuff or a machine learning stuff or a data science stuff, whatever related to data, even data engineering, right? So those kind of areas can be easily accessible with Python. And also the line of codes will be less. Also, you have a lot of predefined libraries, you have a lot of open source work going on, right? So that's why people are using Python. So it's like, it's not a proper complete programming language, I can say, because uh, this is not a good programming language as like some object-oriented programming structures are there. Like Java is there, right? So if you learn Java, then Java is a complete programming. If you learn COBOL or mainframe, those are like having a proper variable declaration or proper conditional stuff, right? So you need to worry about syntax at most of the time when you are playing with other programming languages. But in Python, it's not that much. So the syntax itself is like very clear and easy to read likewise. So that's why people are running behind Python. That is one thing. And we are going to use Google Colab on our entire session, as I told you earlier. So this is having some small write-up of Google Colab. So let's go through like how we can use this Google Colab. Okay. After you land this page, collab.research.com. Okay, so how it will look. It's just go to google.com, type collab. Okay, you will be routing to this first link, right? Just go through this, or you can click on the link which I shared here. Okay, so the very first time when you open Google Colab, it will ask you like this. Okay, these are all like I have created some notebooks. That's why it is showing me like this. Just click on cancel because we don't need to open any notebook. So this is the very first welcome page of Google Colab. If you don't want to use the existing notebook which it is showing, just ignore it and then click on file, click on new notebook in Drive. Okay. So what it will do, it will go to your Google Drive, and in your Google Drive, it will create a new notebook like this. Okay. So with this new notebook, like let's go through each and every item. So this is where like if you this is having a capability to do the auto save. Okay, so whenever you are typing something and forget to save and close the window, that will be saved automatically. But sometimes it will take some time to save. That's because this is running on the internet, right? So when your internet is slow or when your internet is disconnected, see, without typing also, it's just trying to save it, right? So I didn't type anything. That's why I didn't have any revision history. Okay, so whenever you are typing something, you can see a message saying that all changes saved. It means that it is doing auto save on this one, on this particular notebook. Okay, so we call this complete editor as a notebook only. Okay, just because this is called as Python notebook. This Python notebook is like a kind of a notebook. Like we have a physical notebook, right? What we will do, we will write whatever we want. Like we can put code blocks also, right? If we are taking notes, okay, so what we will do in our note itself, we will have this text as well as code when you are attending a programming class, right? So we will be writing somewhere text, we will be writing somewhere code, likewise, so that we can revise the notebook and we can get some basic understanding on what exactly it is doing, right? The same way we have this Google Colab as a this Google Colab is used to create Python notebooks. Okay, so this Python notebook consists of two blocks. Inside this is the area where we can code, where we can write some text, right? So for that, actually, they have two blocks. Okay, either you can write a code or either you can write a text. Okay, if you want to write a text, you just need to click here, and then it will come up with a rich text editor window like this, like our Word document kind of stuff. You can increase the font size, you can make it bold, you can make it italic, you can put a code block inside there, you can put a link over there, you can put an image over there, you can put a quote over there, block quote over there, and list, and then bullet points, And then horizontal ruler is nothing but dash dash dash, means that it will create a line like this. See, put a line over there. So this kind of things and all you can achieve. So this is used to do LaTeX. LaTeX is nothing but another pretext processor. Okay, so this one we don't use mostly. We can put emojis also. And we can reposition this. Okay, let me try to type something like this is my first notebook. Okay, if I type this, this is called as preview window. Whenever I am typing some text here, that can be previewed over here. Okay, and then if I want to make it bold, what I need to do is I need to select this and click on bold. Okay, it's becoming bold, right? And also, if I want to make it italic, I need to select this and make italic. It's becoming. So you can use this text editor, or you can directly type like this star star. This is a heading. And then if you are putting star star, it will automatically make it a second like this. Okay. Also, if you want to make this as a code block, you just need to select this. And if you put this one, then it will become a code block like this. Okay. Same way you can insert a link, you can insert an image. So whenever I'm putting an image, it will become like this, and after that it will render here. Okay, same way you can increase, and if you want to put some text sections, you can use this. If you put subheadings like this. So these kind of things and all, this is like a kind of a rich text editor where you can edit the text and write whatever information you want, like how I have formatted the information here, right? The same way you can also write whatever you want. So this notebook can be useful for you to understand what exactly this class is doing. So for that, we are using these text blocks. Okay, so with these text blocks, we have some code blocks also. Okay, the same way we have something called code block. So if you click on this code here, then it will create a code block like this. Okay, so in this code block, like you can write whatever Python code you want. Hello world, right? If you type a code and there is a button called in the left side called play button. This is called as run cell. Okay, so when you click on this run cell, what it does, it will automatically connect it to a Python environment and it will execute this code block. Okay, so this is how we will run a code. Here you can type a complete Python code, or you can write whatever code, whatever pieces of code here, and you can continue some text and you can put some code blocks here. See, take for an example, I am declaring a variable here, and I need to print this variable after writing, like I want to write a text here, like I declared a variable of 5, likewise, right? This is a text, right? So if I click on this, then this A will be set to 5. And then like again, if I put a code block here, and if I print this, it will print. So whatever you are declaring, that is globally accessible across this notebook. Okay, so you don't need to worry about this variable or something like that. I just wanted to show you an example. That's why, like, we will anyway cover everything in later in today's class. Okay. So the same way you can delete a cell like this. There is a delete button over here, right? So you can click on delete, it will automatically delete. If you click on delete, it will automatically delete like this. Same way, same delete functionality, you can use it in Here also, this is for delete cell, this is to edit a cell. And if you want to have a tool comment, like if I want to add a comment, see if I want to add a comment along with other people also, I can do it and I can do a comment so that people can understand, okay, this guy only changed this one. Okay, same way we can put a link. And if this cell alone, you can put as a link and you can put it here. Then that cell alone will be displayed here. Like this. Right? The same way you can do, you can copy this notebook using this, and you can shift these cells also. Like this block and this block, you can shift up and down. If I click on this up, this text block will go up. And if I click on this down, this text block will come down like this. Also, this code block is having the ability to code with KI. Here we have something called generate, right? So this one we will see later. So you need to connect it to a Gemini API. Okay, so that part we will cover later in after our 8th day of class. But just to showcase you, if I want to generate a code, see, take one example, create a hello world program, which takes user input and it needs to display hello world with the input value like this. I didn't type any code. I am just typing something natural. If I click on generate, what it will do, it will simply create a program like this. I didn't write this code, right? So it will simply create a program like this. If I run this, see, it's printing like this. So with this help also we can use, this is an AI embedded code cell. Okay, so in your code cell, it is giving you the ability to write the natural language, like this is English, pure English. I didn't write any code over there. Based on that, if I click on generate, Google Gemini is taking care of this language and it is generating me a code here. Right? So this is how the entire Google Colab looks like. So we will be using Google Colab throughout our course. So this is just a basic introduction of Google Colab. Do you have any doubts on this? And if we want to save any document, we just need to, if we want to rename our notebook, we just need to click on the top. Like here we can click and you can type whatever you want. This is a test notebook. Like this. Then it will automatically rename this. It will automatically save this in my Google Drive. Okay. So it will save in my Google Drive. Yeah, please.
So I can take this to installed Python 3.0 in my local system, right? I have to
Yes,
save
correct. Yeah, you can use it in your Visual Studio Code as well. Like if you click on download a copy, here we have download, right? Download as IPUMB. If we click on this, what it will do, it will give me a local copy version of this. If I click on this, it will automatically open in Visual Studio. If you have Jupyter Notebooks, it will open on Jupyter Notebooks. If you have Visual Studio Code, you can open it in Visual Studio Code as well. So you can run it in offline as well as you can run it in cloud. Okay, so we don't need to do the heavy lifting of this installation and all these things, right? So that's why we are using this particular environment. So in today, like you can play along with this environment and try to understand like how this environment is like. Okay, we have these menus. I'm not covering each and everything because like as we go along, we might be using everything mostly. And when we are writing some text, so those texts can be seen like in the table of contents. If we are putting some sections like this, if I am putting some section like this is a new section, right? So this new section will be section 1. And after some 10 lines, if I am putting a text called, if I put a section like this will become a subheading of subsection. Okay, if I click on this table of contents, you can see section 1, subsection like this. You can simply click on this and you can easily navigate to the notebook. That's how our class 1 notebook is there. So this is how we are typing. Okay. So this is how a typed text block will look like. So inside the text block, like we will be mentioning this as a sub of subsection like this. Okay, so this hash represent a section, and this is a subsection, and this is a sub of subsection like this. So when we do like this, why we are doing like this is like this is a huge notebook. This is a big notebook, right? So to navigate to particular text components, we will be putting sections so that in table of contents, it will be easily available. So this is called as table of contents. In the left side, you can see a 3 dot here, right? So if we click on this, we can see the complete list of whatever text blocks we have with the sections so that it will be easier for you to navigate and understand what exactly it is doing. Okay. So far, we have covered about only overview of Google Colab. Okay, so these 2 points we have covered so far. Do you have any doubts? Like we just give what is Python as an introduction, and we are giving an introduction of Google Colab only. So far, any doubts? Okay, I take this silence.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
yes, sir. It's clear. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so with this understanding, let's move to GitHub. Okay, I think everyone knows GitHub. Who don't know GitHub, yeah, I am just giving an introduction to GitHub. Why we are going to use GitHub is like this 15 days, right? We are going to write lot of programs or lot of notebooks like this, right? So this kind of notebooks can be stored in GitHub. GitHub is nothing but this is like a kind of a collaborative repository, source code control management stuff. Okay, so with this is how GitHub looks like. If you go to github.com, if you register and if you sign in, then this is how a GitHub looks like. Okay, so there we can put all our code in public so that people can access whenever they want. Right, so this is like a kind of a public code sharing repository. You can create private repositories also. Repository in the sense like it's like a kind of a folder you can assume. Okay, so inside your folder you can organize whatever code you want like this. So in GitHub we have some repositories. You can create a repository like this. This is like kind of a creating a folder. So what I am asking you to do is go to github.com, register yourself, okay, after the class, and then click on this new. Or if you see anywhere create a new repository, just click on that. Okay, here you can create a repository like this. Any name like Python and GenAI. Okay, I already have this. Otherwise, I can create something. Some dummy repository like this. You can name something with some. You can name a repository with a meaningful name. Okay, I'm just giving something just dummy. Or else I will do like this. This one is August 19 class, right? So I'm just giving a name like August 19 class, and this is available. You can give spaces also, it will automatically convert it into hyphen or underscores. Okay. So just giving it like this. This will be created as August hyphen 19 hyphen class, right? So here I am just giving a small description of my repository, saying that this repository is to store my class Python notebooks. Something meaningful like this. You can give a description and click on this public and click on this add a readme file. Okay, it will automatically add a README file. I will tell you about what is a README file, because this README file is important to understand what your project is doing. Okay, so it will automatically create this text for you. Don't add git ignore template, and you don't need a license. Just need to create a repository. Click on create repository. It will simply create a folder like this, right? So in this folder, just keep it as it is. And in your Google Colab, just come to Google Colab and click on file. Okay. The notebook which I shared you, right? Just go to that notebook, try to edit it. It will automatically put a copy in your own local machine. The link which I shared you, right? This one, if you copy this, okay, let me put it in an incognito window. So if you open like this, if you try to connect, it will automatically ask you to do a Google sign in. Just to do a Google sign in and go to your Google account. Okay, you might have a Gmail account, right? Everyone is having a Gmail account, right? Everyone is using Gmail. So you just need to give your Gmail account and do a sign in. After that, it will allow you to edit. So once it starts you to allow, once it allows you to edit, then what you can do, click on file and click on save a copy in GitHub. Okay, so whatever we do, we are going to store it in this GitHub for code sharing or to share your work in public. Okay, so you just need to click on file, save a copy in GitHub, and here it will come like this. So in this, actually, you need to select the repository. The repository is here, right? What is the repository we name? We name the repository as August 19 class. Same way, you can click on this one. You can see this August 19 class here. Click on this. You can click on this. You just need to include a link to Colab. Okay, this is important. I will tell you why. And then you can type like any message you want. Like you can type like this is your initial version, right? And then what you can do is click on OK. Yeah, after it creates, it opens the GitHub page. There also you can see your complete notebook, whatever I have provided you. Right? After that, like whenever you go to GitHub, if you just click on open in Colab, it will open a copy of that in this Colab. Okay, you can connect to the runtime and you can simply edit it. Okay, you are getting the GitHub part, right? So why we are using GitHub is like you are going to showcase whatever you are going to code, right? So for that purpose and to make a copy which is available to you under your account at all the time, we will be using GitHub. Okay. Even if this Google Colabs goes in, or if these people are making Google Colab as a licensed product, or if they just stop it, but Google won't stop it. But if they are stopping this, and if we want to run it locally, then we can simply go to GitHub and we can download our copy of whatever work we are having. And why we are using GitHub is like after I saved this in the under this, right? This one. I just refresh it. Yeah, here I have this notebook ready, right? The same notebook, if I am editing it and if I again put a save a copy in GitHub, if I select the repository again, okay, it will simply replace that existing notebook. Okay, it won't create a new notebook for me. So again and again, you can overwrite it. Okay, so here you can see the history also. Okay, just play around with GitHub and get familiarized yourself with GitHub and get familiarized yourself with Google Colab. Okay, these two are the main tools which we are going to use in our entire classes. Okay, any doubts on GitHub so far? So the same thing I have written here as notes. Okay. You can use these notes to understand more about GitHub. So we are going to use this GitHub for code sharing, and we are going to use Google Colab for our code development like this. Yeah, up to this point, any doubts? Shall I take the silence as yes? That you don't have any doubts, or shall I take the silence as?
Yeah,
Are you-
yes.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Now let's dive into our classes. Yeah. So these two are very important. Please create a Google Colab account. Along with that, please create a GitHub account and try to create a repository and save this notebook into your repository. And after you save this into your repository, try to ping me that link so that I can take a look and confirm, okay, this is correctly. Okay. And today's class, we will be starting from this print statement. Okay. Print is a function which is in Python to print whatever we are giving within this double quotes. Or we can say this as a string. Okay. String is nothing but a collection of characters. Like if I say my name Arul, A-R-U-L, so A is a character, R is a character, U is a character, L is a character. If I combine everything and if I say it as a word, then that is a string. Right? If I say it my complete name with spaces, or if I say a complete sentence, that is also a string. So a collection of characters is called string. And if you want to print any string or any number, whatever it is, you can use a print statement in Python. This is like the debugging kind of, or if you want to see any logs, or if you want to see a particular variable values, we will be using the print statement. Okay. We can print a single item or we can print multiple items as well in Python. This is the very first function we are seeing in Python. So here, as usual, we will be having a hello world program. Okay. So if we want to say hello world, what we need to do? We need to type print. After that, we need to put a bracket. So this bracket indicates this is a function. Okay. So inside this is called as an argument. So this argument we are passing like hello world. This string as an argument, we are passing it as hello world. So in the backend, what it will do, it will try to fetch the Python library for print, and it will try to access the IO module. Okay. That is input output module. And in that input output module, it decodes this function and it is coming it as an output here. Okay. So this is a display. So in this display, it is trying to put the print statement. It's nothing but in COBOL, we use the display statements, right? The same display statement only here in Python, we call it as print. Okay. So in this print statement, the very first program we are doing is hello world. So before we go into this, so this particular notebook is running on an environment, right? So that environment is in Google Cloud, and that one you can see it here. Like whenever you are using a new Colab notebook, it is having a button here, right? Connect. So whenever you want to use this notebook cells to run, you need to click on this connect. Okay, I have already clicked this connect here. After clicking on connect, what it will do, it will connect to a Google Cloud, that is Google Compute Engine. Okay, there it will connect first, and there that Google Cloud will provision me a RAM as well as a disk to execute the programs. Right, whenever we want to execute a program, we need some random access memory, along with that some storage. So that part Google Compute Engine will provision us, and that part is having some 12 to 13 GB. That's more powerful than our regular computers. This RAM, along with that some 100 GB of storage. Right, so this alone will be in the free tier itself. So in the free tier itself, you can connect to your runtime and you can use it. Okay, so when you are connecting to your runtime, this is not your physical machine, this is on the cloud. So on the cloud, it is provisioning you your 12 GB RAM and a 107 GB hard disk. Okay, so this will contain your Python installation and whatever code we are having here. So those things and all will be covered under this. Okay. So when I connect it, it will be connected to my runtime. This is a Python runtime for me. And if I click on this play button, what it will do, it will simply execute that code. And once the execution is done, you can see a green tick over here, right? So this green tick symbolizes that your code got executed. And after that, this is the display area. This is the output area. Okay. Every cell will have an immediate area called an output area. So this is a code cell. This is a text cell. This is a text cell, right? If you double click it, it will go into the edit mode. Okay, this is a text cell and this is a code cell. And when you are executing your code cell, what happens? It will just go to this Python one and it is compiling it and it is producing the output here. Okay, so this is how the ecosystem of Google Colab works. And this is what is a print statement is all about. Print statement is nothing but like your display statement in COBOL, the same way. Okay. And this play button is there, right? So this is used to run the Python code. Okay, just click on this play button. This is having multiple print statements, multiple strings. This is one string and this is one string. So to concatenate these two strings means that to join these two strings, they are using comma. Comma means this is like a kind of a continuation in Python. So this is string 1 and this is string 2. You are joining these two strings using a comma. So this will be multi-statement print. Here it is, printing multiple items. You can print multiple items by separating them with a comma. Okay, when you put a comma, Python will automatically add a space in it. Okay, so that's what this print statement is all about. Also, you can print a variable as well. This is a variable in Python. So this we will see later down the line. Okay, so if you are assigning a value to the right side value to a left side field, then this will become a variable. So this field name we can use it in the print also, so that it will print its value. So this is the variable, and this variable is having a value called Alice, and that Alice, it is printing it here. Okay, so this is how the print statement works. And the next one is comments. Okay, whenever we code some program, inside that code cell itself, we need to have some meaningful comments. Then only we can understand the program, right? So that's why we are using code comments. If we are having something like this is going to perform addition of two numbers. Likewise, if I want to write some text inside a code cell, what we will do is we will simply add a hash in between, hash at the top. At the very first position, we will add a hash. Means that it will be a comment. Okay, so that with this comment, we can understand that okay, this is going to be doing some operation like this. So this is to make the other programmer understand that our code is doing this one like this. Suppose if I am writing a code and tomorrow if someone of you comes and touch the code, then you need to understand like what this code is doing, right? So for that purpose, even sometimes we alone can forget it, like what that particular code block is doing, right? It's always better to have a very good comment in a program. So for that purpose, what we will do, we will put a hash symbol in front of it, hashtag symbol in front of it. And after that, we will be putting the comment like this, like a statement here. And if we are putting like this particular block will not be executed. Okay, wherever it is a hashtag, after that, whatever you write something, then that will become a comment and that part will not be executed at any cost. Okay, if I click on this also, what it will do, it will simply ignore this statement and it will come here and it will execute this print statement. And this is called as inline command. Okay, so if you are starting a hash symbol at the top itself, okay, that will be considered as the regular command. And if you want to put some comments in the statement itself, this is the statement. This print is the statement, right? So in the statement itself, I need to make some identification like this. So what we will do, we will simply put a hash after some spaces, like some one or two line spaces. Then we can put a hash and we will type something. So this will become an inline command. So in this line itself, you are doing a command. That's why it is called as an inline command. Okay. Also, we don't have multi-line command in Python. So what we will do, what we usually do is, we will simply put these three quotes. Okay, these three quotes, single quotes or double quotes. Okay, you can put double quotes or single quotes here, and we can write whatever we want here. So that block will not be executed. Okay, so here whatever you are writing, that cannot be executed in Python. That will not be executed. Okay, the block will not be executed. Why it is printing here? Just because it thought like this as a string. That's why it is executed. Okay, so whenever, like, say, take for an example, if I put a is equal to 5 and if I just type a, then okay, so it's coming as 5, right? But this will not come. Why? Because like this is a command actually. Okay, so Python will not execute this block whenever you are putting some three quotes like this. If you are writing whatever in between these three quotes or some text here, or if I put the three quotes like this, single quotes like this, Python will not execute these blocks. Okay, showing single quotes just because Python, this code cell will display, even though without a print statement also, if we are displaying something, that's why it is showing. Actually, Python is not executing this. See, if I put this at top, it won't execute. See, because this A I have put, right? I didn't use a print statement here. That also it will print. If you use an explicit print statement also, it will work. Otherwise, if you simply put the variable directly, that also it will print. That's how this code cells work. Okay, so if I put some text within this triple quotes, triple double quotes, or triple single quote, okay, then that block will not be executed. Okay, so this we will use it instead of multi-line commands in Python. Okay, you can use multiple hash symbols or you can use triple quotes like this. Okay, so this is how multi-line command is working. So far, any doubts?
So Arul, as you said that we have code cell and text cell, right? So what is the use
Yeah.
of text cell?
Text cell is to type all this text here, like whatever we are typing, right? So these text cells will not have an execution.
Right. So instead of this text cell, we can comment and use this, right? In the directly.
Yeah,
in the
we
code
can
cell.
comment and use also, but the thing is like some small comments, it is fine. Suppose if I want to write some brief explanation along with my code, right? So that point we will be using the text cells. Take
So-
for an example, this notebook itself is sufficient to write all the content, whatever is related to our class, right? So that and all I cannot simply put like comment. So that will not have a proper readability, right? So for
Oh,
that
just-
readability purpose only we are using it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
got it. So yeah, I got it now. So this is just for readability purpose. We actually we have that Anaconda software, right, for Python.
yes,
So we don't
Jupyter
have
also does the same. Yeah, Jupyter Notebook. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Same Jupyter Notebook only. That Jupyter Notebook is running on your machine locally. So the same thing, Google put it on Google Colab like this. So the same code block and text blocks in Jupyter Notebooks.
Can we use same text in the code?
Sorry, Prashant.
Yeah. Can we use same text in the code section?
Yeah. We
Like,
can use. Yeah.
okay.
Text. No, in this code block you are asking, right? In this
Yeah,
code block,
like,
you can use
yeah, what?
comments only. Comments we can use. We can, if we are typing something, then Python will think like, okay, he is typing something likewise.
Okay.
See, if I
Okay,
type
we cannot,
something
yeah,
like this without a comment, then that will be an error
okay.
because this will think like this also as a code. We are not indicating that this is a comment, right? If I put a hash, then only it will become comment. So I
that
cannot do a
text,
free typing here. And this is not a text editor. This is not having any text editing.
Generally we'll use only codes, right, in the real-time scenarios.
No. We will be having some write-ups also whenever like if we need to understand or if we need to use it for a further purpose.
Okay.
See, this notebook you can simply share it with anyone so that you can simply go through the notes and you can understand, right?
Mhm.
That's the beauty of this. That's why we are having multiple courses. Also, we are not writing the complete code into a single code block, right? As like how we are doing in Visual Studio Code.
Okay.
That will not have a proper readability. Code I have. See, if I go to some code like this. Yeah, this is how a regular Python code looks like, right? So this is not having a proper readability and I have multiple code blocks. And also like if I want to explain about this thing, this particular block of code. So that one, again, I need to put multiple comments, right? So instead of that, we will be having this code, having this notebooks. Even I can put this entire code block into a code cell that will also execute. But the good thing about having a notebook is it is having a readability.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
so that text cell is only used for the readability purpose. Even though if you write code, that won't execute.
Yeah. You can mention like, see here I am mentioning like Python, right? So these and all are code only. See? This won't execute. Inside the text block, if you write code also, it won't execute.
Okay, got it.
This text block is just to write text. That's it. Okay, you got it, right?
Yeah, I will here the above and the comments where you gave, right? So if you are
Yeah,
giving multiple codes, right, a multiple comment or
yeah,
whatever,
multi-line comments. Yeah.
then in between, if you'll write some code, it's thrown some error, right? Then we have copied the code down. Is it because in each block you can have only?
No. That's throwing error just because I was putting an indentation. See,
Oh,
Python should always start at line 1. So you need to start at position 1 only. If I just intend this position wrongly,
okay.
the compiler cannot understand. That's why it was throwing this one only, unexpected intent. That's it.
Okay.
Even if I put this in between this, also it won't execute. It will simply display this. It won't execute this one. Right, A is equal to 5 or A, it is not executing, right? It's not showing any A. Let's say print if I put. See, it should print something, right? It is not executing anything. It is just simply displaying this. That's it. It's not executing this. It is just displaying it. But if I put the code here, then I am getting this file because now only it is executing. It's not executing whenever you are putting it within this triple double quotes or triple single quotes like this. Got it right, Shyam? Or
Yeah, yes, you know. I got it.
No, when we use the three single quote comments after the code,
yeah,
code I just pinged in the chat. You can say I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but
okay. You want to test this one? Yeah, if we are putting this, then it will display this one. Why? Because like this particular code cell, right? So in this code cell, see, take for an example, this is having the ability to print it, even though if you don't specify a print statement. Okay, suppose in case if I put some Arul, like Arul is equal to 5, or if I just put a variable like this, Arul. Okay, what it will do, if I simply run this, it will print by name, right? So what it will think is, like if you put a command, suppose in case, if I am putting like this, yes equal to 5 here, then it will not print the arrow. See, it will not print because the last statement, wherever it is finding the last statement, if that is not having print, okay, and if I am simply putting a here instead of print, okay, what it will think is, hey, it will think like we are asking it to print like this. See, now it is printing 5. Right? I am not explicitly mentioning this print here. Right? The same way, if you are putting a multi-line comment also, what it will think like, okay, this guy is asking me to print like this. Print it like this. If I am typing something, then what it will do, it will simply put the print like this. Right? So this is a multi-line command, but this is not getting executed. This is just simply displaying it. Okay. But if I put something after this, okay, it won't even consider this. Okay. Suppose if you want to understand this properly, I can show it in the VS Code. Okay, let me run this in VS Code so that you can understand.
Yeah.
Because we are running it in the code cell. That's why you are getting confused. Right. So if I simply put the same thing in VS Code. That is your code block. Yes, equal to A plus 10%. Vintage. Okay. See, it is just displaying only this one. It won't display this. Even if I put A also, it won't print here. It will simply throw error. See, it won't print actually.
okay, got it.
Right. So that code cell is having the ability to print,
Arul,
even though if you
can you
simply
print
leave the
that
variable.
Can we print that after code?
Sorry, Shyam,
In,
where you want
in
me to
Visual
print?
Studio. In our Visual Studio,
Okay.
can we print that A after the code?
Yeah, it will print the same thing. See?
Okay, thank you.
Printing here. Yeah. So anyway, the thing is like this is like a kind of a multi-line command. So this won't execute. So the confusing part for you is like if I just leave it as it is, if I just remove it, what this particular code cell is doing is it is thinking that it was asking I was asking it to print this one likewise. That's why. But actually, this is not getting executed. This is just a command. That's it. Okay, or I am confusing.
No, it's clear.
Yeah. I see. So at this point, we will stop, and from tomorrow's class, we will start working from this variables and items. Like this, we will adjust. Yeah, we will adjust this to next class like this. Because we spent a lot of time explaining this Google Colab and GitHub, right? Right. So we spent a lot of time on this alone, and we are not able to cover it up, all these things, right? So we will be simply shifting it to day 2. Likewise, only we will proceed further. Suppose in case if we are unable to meet this, again we will shift it down. Likewise, we keep on shifting, and if we are unable to cover it within this day 15 also, we will be shifting the session. Okay, we will be extending the sessions. Okay, not an issue. So the ultimate purpose of this session is to make you understand the things completely. Then only you can jump in and you can start coding comfortably. Right?
Got it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
It makes sense.
I think this.
Arun, I have one question on GitHub creation. So it
Yeah,
will take
Kunal.
by default
Yeah,
Gmail ID account, or we need to create new one?
you can create a new one. That's like a registering, like how you are signing up for Gmail, right? Same way you can sign up for GitHub.
Okay. Okay. I thought because of this, we created a Google account, right, for with this Python code. So that's why it will link directly. Okay. No problem.
Yeah,
I think this text section is having only in this Google Colab only, Arun, I guess. We don't have this facility, Jupyter and all.
yeah. That's why we are having it in Google Colab only.
Okay.
Yeah. So that it will be easier for everyone to understand like what exactly